Hey everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it is Easter Monday, and it is extremely sad to awaken to hear that Pope Francis has passed away. He was such a dedicated man, obviously coming from Argentina, and I watched a few of the announcements on YouTube. I'm sure it'll be all over the world, all over the news in a few minutes, a few hours. It's very sad to see him having passed the way he did, but the other thing that's a sense of gratitude is the fact that he made it for Easter and he said his little speech, very little words. I think he said one sentence or two sentences, but I think it was his presence being there that, hey, when I'm a fighter, I'm coming out of this. And, we're all going to leave this experience eventually anyway. So, it is very sad to see. But it was very, very, it was I was very happy to be able to watch the Easter ceremony yesterday from Rome and see him actually show himself and then go around in the little Pope mobile and greet people. You got to give somebody kudos to the commitment of their obligation and their experience. And to me, anyone that works in a career field that is dedicated, that is interactive, deserves that. Anyway, on a much more positive level, we are now in Taurus, as I've said, and we're going to move closer and closer to that new moon in Taurus. However, it is a bit of an intense energy between Pluto and Mars, but this is sort of a bit of a give-in for those that follow astrology. We know that Mars is in those beginning degrees of Leo, and of course Pluto is in the beginning degrees of Aquarius. So you're going to have push comes to shove, something's got to conclude, something's got to change. This can't go on like this. This is going to come to this. This is where we're at, each and every one of us. And I'm sorry I just got up. It's quite early, and I have to give a little bit of notice here that the girl is doing very good. She's back to Chloe, and she's on her last day of antibiotic, and tomorrow she goes in and she's going to have her teeth cleaned. And it may not turn out to be as bad as we initially thought, because Lindsay is the boss. Lindsay's back in town, and she wants to look over the records and look at her probably in the morning. And it could very well be that, that isn't what's caused this. It could be a myriad of things. But she's back on a medication that Lindsay has given her over the years because she's had skin and sinus issues over the years, all autoimmune, I'm sure, and she's doing very, very well. So there you go to all the soothsayers. I heard a few people go on about maybe I should take care of my dog. You people that know me out there, you know that I'm not going to stand for that bullshit, because I'm very, very good with my pets and so forth. I'm better with that than I am myself. Anyway, I am available for readings, and remember, when you do come to me or you hear me with a reading, you better be ready, because I tell it like it is. I don't, mince my words very easily. But I am available for readings. Today is the last day of the special, so it goes on tonight till midnight. So that is the 40-minute reading for $67.80, the full consultation $101.70, and the international is $90 US. That's payable on my website. And as I said, it's a pretty interesting period of time we're in right now. We're not in a negative one because we are in Venus, and Venus wants things to be positive and happy, hellishly stubborn, but wants things to be happy and positive. So it's being able to look at the bright side, the positive thing right across the board, including with the pontiff having died. I think it's just about being able to be open to, his successor, which will come about probably as soon as ever. It's so filled with tradition and ceremony that it's quite amazing. I remember my parents were not Catholic. I do have Catholic in my background, but my parents weren't. They were Protestant. But the thing that's quite interesting is the fact that, the aspect of the colored smoke and how it dictates with the cardinals all being together, making their voting choice. The gray smoke and then the white smoke being that they found someone, the gray smoke being that they're still in decision. It's fascinating that this has gone on for thousands of years. It just blows my mind. Anyway, we will see what takes place next, and let's just hope it's somebody that supersedes and somebody that, brings about an aspect of conjoining everybody together in this little world with technology. Anyway, I'm around. As I said, I'm working this week. It's not as busy at the moment, so if you are wanting to get in, give me a call. Cheers, and I hope you have a great day. You heard it here first.